And welcome back to my kitchen. Today I have the usual breakfast, lunch and dinner idea, but I've also got a carrot cake recipe to follow along to. Enjoy!
So first up, just going to talk you through a really easy jam hack. So you just put some frozen berries in a little pot overnight. Once they're defrosted after an hour or two, you can go ahead and start mashing these with a fork. Sprinkle in about a teaspoon of chia seeds. It will soak up the rest of the berry juice and make a really nice thick jam for the morning. Today I'm just going to do a simple porridge bowl. I've mixed mine with almond milk, allowed it to soak overnight, just half a cup per person. I'm going to make mine tart flavoured today, so I'm going to add that jam and also this cocoa peanut butter. It tastes just like the dessert, and the melt on that chocolate peanut butter is incredible. I fancied a nice simple lunch today. This is just the cut burgers, so I'm just going to fry up some mushrooms while they're in the oven with some cherry tomatoes, just in some soy sauce and some garlic powder. So Flora is now vegan, so I've just used that on the muffin, and then I'm going to add some barbecue sauce as well. Just going to add the mushrooms to this perfect barbecue sauce drizzle, and a little bit of fail-safe BioLife. So weird how realistic these looked in the oven. These are just co-op zone and they were so good. So I can't lie, carrot cake is 100% a labour of love. We're adding in 2 cups of plain or all-purpose flour. One teaspoon of baking powder and a teaspoon of baking soda. And just a little dash of salt as well. And then we're going to go ahead and add in as much cinnamon as you want. It says 2 teaspoons, but I added about 3. A little teaspoon of nutmeg. Give it all a little blend together before adding in the wet ingredients. You can make a little well in the middle if you like. I find this makes it easier. Now we're adding in 2 1/3 cups of grated carrot. One and a half cups of brown sugar or Demerara sugar. Dash of maple syrup. Now for the flax egg, you're going to want 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed meal to 6 tablespoons of water, left to chill for about 20 minutes, and then just go ahead and add that in as your egg replacement binder. Half a cup of extra virgin olive oil and a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Have misplaced my cake tin, so I just went ahead and used a loaf tin for this, and it worked perfectly, to be honest. Just going to top it off with some chopped Brazil nuts. You can pretty much use any nuts for this. I believe it's walnuts that are traditionally used, but any will work. And then pop it in the oven on 180 for about 40ish minutes. But I thinly sliced some aubergine, and it's going to paint that with some olive oil on both sides. I also added in 2 red peppers, and that is going in the oven on about 200 degrees. They're roasting. I'm just going to cook some quinoa in some gluten-free stock. So I used 1 cup of quinoa to 2 cups of water. When the quinoa was half done, I popped some broccoli over to steam, and then I checked on the aubergine and pepper and gave them a little flip as well. Quinoa was all fluffy. I just incorporated the steamed broccoli into it for its last couple of minutes. So that's just finishing up. I'm just making some creamy garlic mushrooms, so starting with a little bit of olive oil, and then just adding in half a red onion, and a few cloves of garlic, and then some chestnut mushrooms. Getting in some B12 with some nooch or nutritional yeast, and then we're going to use the cream from the top of a can of coconut milk just to make these super creamy. So leave that to simmer for about 10 minutes until the mushrooms are soft and the sauce is thick, and then we're going to bring our aubergine and pepper out of the oven, ready to stuff with our quinoa. So I used the sauce from the mushrooms just to drizzle on the top. This would also go lovely with some tahini or a couple of tablespoons of hummus as well.
So I hope you enjoyed that and that it gave you some inspiration. Let me know in the comments if you followed any along, altered any, and what you enjoyed seeing. Remember, you don't have to be amazing in the kitchen to create something.